Tabletop Spotlight, brought to you by Dragon's Lair, Comics and Fantasy. Hey everyone, I'm AdamHarry from BoLS Tabletop News with
Evan from Dragon's Lair Comics and Fantasy.
And we're back with another Tabletop Spotlight. Evan, you brought a massive game today.
Yes, this is Xenoshyft Dreadmire.
Dreadmire.
This is the sequel to the first Xenoshyft.
I remember that one.
Xenoshyft Onslaught. And it is a cooperative deck building game where players are playing Space Marines basically, fighting against an alien insectoid horde.
Right, these are Marines in space.
Yes, while you're defending the mining facility. So you all are working together to defend the mining facility.
Like colonial Marines, perhaps?
Yes, colonial. Actually, that's even better.
That's
a much closer thing to it, yeah.
But this looks like a really cool game. We have some stuff laid out. Let's go ahead and take a look. Xenoshyft Dreadmire. Evan, walk me through what we're looking at here, man.
Alright, so this is a cooperative game. Up here you have the base you're protecting. It has
right here?
a health, a 10 at the top and a single digits at the bottom.
Gotcha.
Each player has two boards. We have your board and then the enemy tracker board.
Okay, so the blue guys are you.
Yes.
The player, the red is the bag.
Red is the baddies. And in that tracker, the furthest on your left, so if we look at the tracker down below,
down here.
First on the left is going to be your first troop, and it's going to go against the first monster you see there. Now, some abilities from creatures or from your own guys might be able to attack outside of that order, or you might have to attack something outside of that order on that side. But that's the basic premise. You're going to be placing down your guys without knowing what's coming at you, and then you're going to place down the monsters and see what happens. Now, over here in the center of the board, we have two things. We have your items that you can buy and purchase and attach to people to kind of better give them more equipped skills.
Gotcha.
Then we have new upgraded people, troops, if you will.
So these are the skills.
Yeah, skills or items, right? And then these are the new people. Now, it is a deck building game, so you're going to be adding them into your deck, shuffling your deck, and what you get as you draw out is what you get for that turn.
All right, now I haven't played this game, but let me take a quick stab at something real quick. When you're buying stuff in your deck, I'm assuming that's what this number's for.
Yes, yeah. So these are the crystals down here.
Gotcha.
So you can add those to your deck to make it these crystals, I guess you say, to make it more profitable, I guess, in the deck.
Sure.
These are also broken down into waves. Now, there's going to be 3 waves in this game. First wave is going to be these baddies. They're hard, but they're not too bad, and then it's going to progress and challenge as you go.
I gotcha.
But each wave...
more difficult.
Sure, yeah, and then each wave you get better troops.
Okay, so to break it down further, too, that's the cost of the card. This is going to be, I'm assuming, the damage that this thing does?
Yeah, so damage it does, health it has on the card. Yeah.
Right.
And each one has their own ability.
Yeah, that's the text box there. You've got a different ability.
Yeah.
Like
now, this is a cooperative game, so you are able to trade items or resources, if you will.
Nice.
Now, one thing that this game is different from the first one, so besides all new cards and all new enemies, they added a new system, which is a weather system.
Yeah, that's this
These
right here.
Weathers are going to be status for items and troops. So, for instance, the ranger has a benefit in a certain weather and whatnot. That's just going to add another layer to challenge or another layer of strategy that you're going to have to deal with to progress in the game. So,
this game, as a deck builder, has a ton of cards.
Yes, it really does. The best part, too, if you get the first one, Xenoshyft, and you can add all the cards together and you have even more cards.
Wow, you can have a giant card pool. So this game is totally backwards compatible with the previous.
Yeah, it's great.
Nice.
And in fact, they left room in the Xenoshyft Dreadmire box for the other game as well. So
so if you have Onslaught, if you have Xenoshyft Onslaught, you can just fold them in.
Put them all in one box.
Game.
There you go. Yeah.
Wow. Not only does it save on storage, it's also just doubling up on the on stuff you can do.
Exactly. It really does.
So real quick, let's talk about a turn real fast. Obviously, it's listed here. We've got a draw phase, a purchase phase, Nortech deployment, enemy deployment, and combat, and then wrap up.
Yep.
So without even going through the rule book, I have an idea of what we're doing here.
Exactly. They left it right in the center of the table.
So we're going to draw cards. So I take it from our decks.
From our decks, yep.
So each player is going to start with a deck, a basic deck, and that gets upgraded obviously through this.
Yeah, every player starts with the same deck. You might have different abilities starting off depending on what game mode you want to do.
Yeah, typically you're going to be starting with these guys.
Yeah,
right?
militia, and then some of the resource cards, which we don't have laid out right now. You'll have those in your deck as well. And then after you draw for your turn, you're going to see what you're going to be able to put down.
Then what you can purchase.
Yeah, then you're going to do the purchasing. And it goes in turn order, but it's a cooperative game. Talk to each other. If there's only one item in that turn,
I say, hey, I really need that Stalker's Blade.
I need that Stalker's Blade, otherwise I'm going to die. That kind of thing.
Right.
Because once an item is taken off this board, that spot is empty until the next round when
then you
refill it.
refill. Okay,
during the wrap-up phase.
So this is kind of the marketplace area.
Oh yeah, definitely. Mm-hmm.
Cool. It's a shared marketplace.
Yes.
That's good to know. So when you run out, say if we buy up all of the Rangers,
right?
There's a limited number of Rangers, but once they're gone,
they're gone.
They're gone.
Yeah. Now there are ways that people are going to be putting Rangers back into there.
Okay.
Though. If they want to get stuff out of their deck through different abilities or different means, they can put Rangers back.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So there is a way not only to get new cards into your deck, which is why it's a deck builder, but also to mill out the cards you're not using.
Yeah, but remember, you don't have access to these guys in the bottom row until wave 3.
Until at least wave 3.
Yeah. So then you do your deployment after you draw your cards. You kind of choose the order you want it to go in.
Yeah.
Then because you have to do that without knowing where the enemy's going to be.
Right. Then you're just going to draw from here.
Draw from there.
And I guess depending on the difficulty, you just fill this up, or how does
Yeah,
that
it's supposed to fill up all the way, and then anything left over from last round is going to stay there. So it's always filled up to 4.
Real quick too. There are 4 spots on here for bad guys. So every round you're going to get dealt 4 bad guy cards.
Yeah.
So whoever's not up to 4, I guess, right?
Yeah. Whatever's left over and you don't kill is going to do damage to the base that you're protecting. That's
so
how
then you are going to put that back on the...
Exactly. So if you have a friend who's not doing so well on his board, it's very beneficial to help him out, try to get some damage on those monsters, because everyone's going
Every
for the
time you
same
take
thing.
damage, this goes down.
Yeah. And the health for this building is based on the number of players too, so it kind of helps with the challenge there.
Very cool. And was there anything else we missed? I feel like we covered
Honestly,
it
I think that's it. Yeah.
Cool.
Really, there's different game modes. If you want to take a look at the rule book, we can do that.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Here's the rule book. It's actually pretty straightforward. We've covered most of this stuff already.
Definitely, yeah.
But as you can see, it's actually a nice big print rule book. It's about 20-something pages, 20...
Full artwork, full
21
color.
pages.
Yeah.
Yeah, full color all the way around. But yeah, we can run through this real fast. We kind of covered most of this stuff already. There's all the components. We don't need to go through that, right?
No, but there's a lot of cards. This is a deck building game, so as such, there's usually a lot of cards. Right off the bat, they're going to tell you an overview, kind of a story, but really what's more important is how you win and how you lose the game. Yeah.
You lose when your base gets destroyed.
Yeah. You win if you survive 3 rounds. So it's a very simple premise, very easy to understand.
Yeah.
Now, the setup, we do recommend having a larger table because it is kind of a wide and narrow, long setup. But after that, it's going to tell you what the resources are, how you use those resources.
Yeah.
Card types, there are a couple different types, but really, if you're familiar with deck building games, this shouldn't be too alien to you. Alien.
I see what you did. Yeah.
You're going to have descriptors, health, damage,
right.
all that
all the stuff we covered. Again, I had never played this game before.
Right.
I already knew what...
Exactly, yeah.
And I've played lots of deck builders.
The rules are going to be in the cards themselves. The items will tell you what they do. You don't have to look through a book if you
read the cards.
Yeah. So, weather cards, for those who have played the last game, they want to know what's going to be the weather cards. They'll have a whole section on it, and they'll tell you about the weather cards. Really, it's really what the item and new troop cards do that affect it for the weather. Game round.
We kind of
totally
went through all
that, so we're just going to skip it through, but it breaks it down really well.
And you can see here, there's a lot of really big art in this book. There's not a...
This book would be like 5 pages shorter if there wasn't the artwork.
Yeah.
So don't get discouraged from that. Combat phase, fighting, advance, all that good stuff. Now,
it just explains how to do damage control. It's pretty straightforward.
The weather cards rules are going to be in the additional rules.
Yeah.
We have a few other rules like advanced, damaging. These are kind of the FAQ, if you will.
Yeah.
There is an expansion. There was an expansion for the last game that you can add on to this game. That's where you can find the rules for that, how to meld it together. And then...
and integrating Onslaught.
Which is the last one. Yep. And then the very end is just adjusting the difficulty. Because this game, I will be honest, for me, it was really hard and easy, which is good for a cooperative game.
Yeah.
But if you want to go even harder, you can do that.
If you want to go super hard mode.
Gives it a lot more replayability.
Very cool. Yeah, so it's 20, what was it? I thought it's 21, but it's actually 24 pages if you count the little quick reference on the back.
Yep.
Pretty straightforward stuff. Let's go ahead and hop out for a really quick recap for Xenoshyft. Well, that was Xenoshyft Dreadmire. Really cool looking game, I gotta say. Let's crunch the numbers on this one real quick. It is 1 to 4 players, and it's about a 30 to 60 minute runtime, depending on how many players you have.
Recommended age is 14 and up, and it is $59.99.
And this is brand new in stores, right?
Yep, just came out from Cool Mini or Not.
Sweet. Go check out right now. It's in stores. I'm AdamHarry from BoLS.
I'm Evan from Dragon's Lair Comics and Fantasy.
And this has been another Tabletop Spotlight. Thanks again for watching.
Tabletop Spotlight, brought to you by Dragon's Lair Comics and Fantasy. Thanks for watching.